Hometown Kitchen. I'm Lily.
And I'm Danielle. This is our first episode ever.
And today we're going to be making bruschetta. The ingredients you'll need for this dish are
Olive oil,
oregano,
mozzarella cheese,
tomatoes,
and fresh Italian bread.
And the equipment you'll need is 2 cutting boards, 2 knives, and 1 cookie sheet.
First things first, make sure you wash your hands with warm water and soak for 20 seconds. Just like Mrs. Favorite.
First, make sure you cut your bread. It doesn't matter how big you make each piece. You want to make sure you have a decent amount of space to put the mozzarella and your spices on it. Wow, it's a really great day for bruschetta. Don't you think, Lily?
It was a warm day out, right, Danielle?
74 degrees on this Sunday, April 13th day.
2014.
It's a dress day, as you can see. We wore our dresses around town.
Now you want to be careful and make sure you're always paying attention to what you're cutting so you don't accidentally slice your fingers. Enjoying the bread, Danielle?
Mm-hmm. We have our bread.
Next, we're going to cut the cheese. We're going to cut ours into 4s, and depending on how much bread you have, that's how much cheese you'll need. So you want to make sure that the slices of cheese are like a little bit smaller than the thickness of the bread, than the length of the bread. So we have 14 slices of bread here, so we're going to cut 14 slices of cheese. There.
Lily, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
I really like provolone cheese, and I like mozzarella cheese, which is what we're using here today. What about you, Danielle?
I really like American cheese.
Do ya? Is it because we're American?
No. Lily, you want some more cheese?
Yeah.
I think I'll have some.
I'll eat this whole piece.
I love mozzarella cheese.
So after you enjoy that cheese, you can continue cutting.
It's not a bad thing to have leftover cheese.
Yeah.
You can use cheese for anything you make in your sandwiches, pizza, bruschetta.
I see what you did there.
What could I say?
Now the cutting technique we're using is slicing.
Some people might want to grate the cheese, but I like to have a nice thick amount just to put on the bread.
Exactly what I was thinking.
That's why we're such a great team.
Yeah. Now we have our cheese all sliced, we're just gonna pick up the pieces and just place them on an appropriate looking slice of bread.
Pretty simple.
So if they're thicker in width, then put them on the thicker pieces of bread. And there you have it.
Now with the extra cheese, I'm just gonna put it in my refrigerator because like we said before, you can use it for anything. Alright guys, next it's time for the tomatoes. Lily just cut them off the vines, looking pretty nice. Lily, catch.
Nice and firm. Now it's time to wash the tomatoes. Now you don't need soap, you're just gonna lightly rinse them in cold water. Just make sure.
Just get all the bacteria off.
Yeah.
Kapow!
It's a nice tomato.
Alright guys, look at these beauties right here.
So the first thing you want to do is just cut the little stem off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it and slice it like so.
Let me get a knife, guys.
And then I'm just going to dig out the little center. Alright, now how do I take the center?
Alright, let's do this.
You need like an apple core. Don't be afraid to get your fingers dirty with
Just
this one.
cut around it.
But be careful not to cut yourself, because this one is tricky.
Just pull it out. Oh. You just gotta go really deep.
Yeah, I can't get this one out.
You just gotta be. Oh, got mine.
It's a tricky one.
There you go.
Come on. Come on, little fella.
Technical difficulties, please hold.
Can you take this? If you can't get it, ask a
Doesn't have a lot
friend.
of strength.
It's true. Listen to
got
that
it.
section.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, it's like hard.
Part of it's okay.
Look at that.
Alright, if you need to wash your hands.
We still have one left.
Well, we don't have to do that one yet.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Once you start, you just can't stop. Alright, that one was easier. Let's
Okay,
just leave.
I'm gonna cut it like this. The reason I cut it like this is because you really don't want huge pieces of tomato on the bruschetta. You want to have nice little slices.
Here, Danielle, why don't you take over? Throw this out here.
Alright.
Now that we got that, we're just gonna continue slicing. That's nice technique right there, Danielle.
Thanks, Lily. Learned all my techniques from Mrs. Fabian. Food science, first period. I just got this bowl right here, and I'm gonna place the tomatoes that are sliced tiny. I just cut them small. They're not diced, but they're pretty small. Place them in the bowl. So there's more room on the cutting board.
And then we're gonna just continue cutting the other tomatoes, like so. Now, Danielle, how did you do this?
Well, cut the tomato in half, and then into fourths.
Good technique.
Thanks.
And just dice it up.
Decent amount of tomatoes. I want to make sure you have enough to fill all 14 pieces.
Yep.
That's how many
That's
we have.
correct.
If you have more or less, it's perfectly fine.
As always, just want to be careful with cutting because these knives are sharp.
The last thing you need is a trip to the emergency room with a sliced finger.
Exactly what my thought.
Lily, tell us about the story when you sliced your finger cutting a tomato.
Oh, well, that's a doozy. I was cutting a tomato and I was making pizza.
Oh,
And I was using tomato for a topping, not the sauce, which you would think. And it just slipped. I didn't wash my hands after pre-cutting, and I should have rinsed them, and it slipped.
lesson learned, lesson learned.
Exactly. And I slipped and sliced my thumb,
Oh,
and
thumb.
there's a scar right there. You can't see it, but it's
No,
there.
but I can see it.
Yeah, and I had to get 3 stitches. Not a lot, but you know,
Still.
it was tough. Danielle, you want to tell us about the time when you were bitten by a shark?
No! I'd rather not bring that up, to be honest.
Oh, harsh memories.
Especially since the red tomatoes make me think of my blood
The blood.
in the ocean.
The blood.
This is not a good year for me. 2008.
Wow.
But that's the year Lily won her surfing competition.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I was, on the sidelines and thought I'd get some fresh salt water on my skin.
Exactly.
And I went in
It was a
and
hot day.
it was, 97 degrees. It was a rough one. I went in the water and this little hammerhead just came at me. It was tough, but thank God the lifeguards were there and just my arm right here. Little like
Thank God it didn't wind up like that Soul Surfer girl.
Bethany Hamilton.
Exactly. I was gonna say Anna Sophia Robb, but that's the actress who played her. Good movie.
It was a good movie.
I cried. Did you?
So much. Oh, I bawled my eyes out.
Sad though. Very sad.
Sad but great story. Everyone should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Heartwarming. Touching. While Danielle's finishing up the tomatoes, we're just gonna come over here and preheat the oven to 375. So you're gonna take this, light turns on, and 375, right there. Adding a tomato here.
Alright guys, so this is probably a decent amount. We have some more just in case.
The tomatoes on, we're just gonna add some oil. So Danielle, go ahead. To the bread, that's it. And then place the cheese right back on. So just gonna be taking it from
Just a little.
the plate.
Not too much.
Just adding that cheese. Now the oven is still preheating. It should be ready any minute now.
Now we're going to take a spoonful.
Just spoon it on there real good. Real good.
And now we're just going to put a little bit of an oregano on. I'm just going to take a little bit of a handful. Not too much. And just pinch a little on. Just for a little bit of flavor. We don't want too much on. I mean, some people like a lot of oregano. It's just how much you prefer. I just want a little bit for some flavor and spice. Look at those beauties. And now they're ready to be put into the oven.
Put these in the oven for 5 minutes, and then we'll see how it is.
We'll see how they look after 5 minutes. If we think we need more time for the cheese to be melted, then we'll put it in long. While we wait.
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition, that girl's gonna make me fall.
And a pot holder ready to take it out of the oven.
It's ready.
Woo! They're sizzling!
That is hot. Now just make sure everything's
Those
off.
beauties.
We're gonna wait for them to cool for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how hot they are, and then we're gonna enjoy.
She's into new sensations, new kicks in the candlelight. She's got new addictions for every day and night.
Kristen McCall, we are live right now. What would you like to say?
Hi.
What are you?
Say something to our viewers.
Hi.
This is
Wait,
Kristen
what'd you
McCall,
say?
everyone. Say something to our
Okay.
viewers.
I'm a little out of it. Spring fling weekend.
Ooh.
You know what that means.
Now that they are cooled, Lily is placing them onto a plate.
Just like so.
Look at those beauties.
Here's our nice finished product, the bruschetta. Are we gonna test it, Danielle?
Let's do it. Time to dive in.
Cheers to our first.
Our first product on Hometown Kitchen.
Pretty good. I'm dropping it everywhere.
Wow. These came out really good. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you want the full recipe, I'm in trouble, Lily. If you want the full recipe, go on foodnetwork.com/hometown kitchen, and you will see the link right there. It's a lucky member from our studio audience to try our bruschetta.
Try it.
Ooh. What do you think? Thanks for watching, guys.
Enjoy.
This is Danielle and Lili calling off. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hope you enjoy.